Hi Pisces, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your October 2023 tarot reading. Thanks to those of you who like, view, share, and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's a Celtic cross spread as always, and also pulled the 4 agreements, wisdom, the oracle, and Mudra card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright, so we have 6 and 6th house energy for you guys is Leo. In general, it points to work, health, daily routines, and we had the Venus retrograde there recently that wrapped up, and so I mean, Venus will still be in Leo for I think around the first week and a half of October, so you could still be feeling the effects of that. Alright, we have Pluto, and Pluto went into Aquarius briefly earlier this year, and then it started a retrograde cycle through Capricorn. It's wrapping up the very end of its transit through Capricorn, but for you guys, that's your 11th house of friendships, hopes, wishes, and groups. And we have Libra. So, of course, for the first few weeks of October, we'll be in Libra season, so it makes sense to see that come up. But we'll also have Mercury moving through Libra for a good portion of the month. Mars will be wrapping up its transit through there as well. We'll have a new moon eclipse in Libra around the middle of October, so plenty of Libra energy going on. And for you guys, that's 8th house energy, which points to death, rebirth, intimacy, and investments. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started with the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the 7 of Wands, so Leo energy there. And challenging that, we have the Queen of Wands, technically Aries energy. So this could just be saying that you might be feeling a little bit overwhelmed at work. Maybe you might even feel like there are people who are against you in your work environment. But with the Queen of Wands in the challenge position, I feel like this is saying that this could be because maybe some of you have recently taken on a leadership position within your job, or that's your ultimate goal. So you might be trying to take on more responsibility in order to get to that leadership position. All right, in the foundation position, we have the Page of Wands. So on the one hand, this might have you, it might represent your confidence feeling a little bit shaken through the situation. But more than anything, I feel like this is just a reminder for you to say that, hey, if that's the case, if you have taken on new responsibilities recently at work, then yeah, everyone has to begin somewhere, right? So it's like, as time progresses, you'll get more of a feel for it, and the confidence will naturally grow from there. So it could just be reminding you to say, hey, yeah, if this is something new to you, it's perfectly normal if you're feeling like you're falling behind a little bit at this time. All right, in the past position, we have Temperance. So this is Sagittarius energy here, which represents your 10th house of career and social status. So it could just be saying in the past, you might have felt like things were working a lot better, right? You might have felt like things were more balanced within the workplace, right? So like I said, it feels like maybe it's primarily you've taken on more responsibility that's leading to things getting a little bit more tricky in your work environment. But some of you could have just been more of a natural shift to where you might be feeling overwhelmed now. Right, in the present position, we have the 10 of Cups. So to me, this probably says that for a lot of you, at least in your home environment, things seem to be running a lot more smoothly, right? So it's like, okay, even if you do have a lot of stress within your work environment, you could count on coming home and feeling like, okay, this is my sanctuary, my place of peace, right? So it's like, that's at least the one positive that you have going for you as far as the situation goes. All right, in the near future position, we have the Lovers. So this could just be pointing to a couple different things. It could just be pointing to possibly someone being brought into your life to partner up with. Doesn't have to be romantic, of course. It comes to mind first, given that we see the Lovers in the name of the card, but it could just be in general, where it's one of these things that maybe behind the scenes you might have someone arrive on the scene that might actually be able to help you out as far as balancing things out, whether it be in your work environment or just in general. And this could also just be saying that spiritually you might have some guidance behind you that you might not be aware of, but I feel like you might see more signs pointing to that this month. All right, and the position of your influence on the situation, we have the Queen of Cups. So for some of you, possibly because of the shaken confidence too, you might actually be holding back on some ideas that you might have, right? So maybe if things are getting a little chaotic within the work environment, might have some suggestions on how you could improve them, but you might feel a little intimidated to express them just yet, right? Because you might be like, okay, I'm too new to come out with all these. Oh, let's change these processes. So you might just be holding back on them for the time being. For others of you, this might even just be you evaluating, like, okay, yeah, this was a goal I totally had, right, to step into, let's say, a management role. But now that I've gotten some experience doing the management thing, like, is this really still something I want, or does it not feel like the right fit for me, right? So it could just be one of those things where you're trying to evaluate that too, but not really expressing to anyone what you're going through just yet. You're keeping it more internal. All right. In the environment position, we have the star. So to me, this is a good indicator that the process you are going through, you're meant to go through it, right? So whether that means you stay in that role forever, or it's just saying that getting the exposure to this role is going to help you somewhere down the line, and it was part of your soul growth and experience, whatever the case may be, this looks like a good indicator that, you know, and another reminder that, hey, even as things do get chaotic, keep in mind that none of this will be a wasted experience. Right? Hopes or fears, we have the Two of Wands. So for some of you, this might be a hope, right? Because if you are feeling a little overwhelmed, you might be like, okay, maybe I just need to scrap this plan and start somewhere fresh, right? But like I said, it looks like the reminder there with the Page of Wands there is to say that, hey, if this truly is something new, give yourself that grace to say, okay, even if you're thinking, oh, well, I stepped into a higher role, I should naturally perform higher. It's like, yeah, of course you can get there, right? But not on day one, so it could just be reminding you not to be too hard on yourself. All right, and in the outcome position, we have the Three of Pentacles, so Capricorn energy here. And to me, this is a good indicator that you'll figure it out as far as whether you learn to delegate around certain situations, right? Or bring someone in who could actually collaborate with you, and you can learn from each other and really put some processes into place that you're really proud of. But yeah, either way, this looks like a pretty good outcome. All right, and bottom of the deck, we have the World cards. Yeah, looks like this was just probably a cycle of growth that you needed to go through. And like I said, you just might actually lack a little bit of faith in your abilities, but I feel like if this is saying you have what it takes, just might have to be a little patient with that. Moving on to your Four Agreements card, we have Always Do Your Best, and it says love and nurture your body. All right, so let's see what this has to say. All right, yeah, we got everything in the frame. So it says your own body is a manifestation of God, and if you honor your body, everything will change for you. Practice giving love to every part of your body. This will plant seeds of love in your mind, and when they grow, you will love, honor, and respect your body immensely. So, definitely an interesting message there. This just seemed like more of a physically being worn down thing versus like having any issues with your body, but hopefully that resonated anyway. And could even just be pointing to perhaps a reminder to rest, right? If you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed with your work too, could just be saying, hey, don't forget to take a step back when possible, take a breather, and then you could come back feeling more refreshed. Your Wisdom Oracle card, we have Go the Distance. There's the artwork, and the number is 47. All right, essential meanings says endurance, strength, the long haul. The Oracle's message: to bring your dream to life, you must think long term and pay no attention to the fluctuations in the current of your experience. Joy and disappointment commingle with opportunities, so there is no need to fear the occasional obstacle. Life is not a sprint. This card is a reminder that you have endurance, strength, and fortitude to carry you all the way. Remain true to yourself. Your authenticity alone will keep you in alignment with the energy of miracles. What is yours will never be withheld from you. Remember that. So yeah, definitely a positive, supportive message there regarding, like we said, whether you've already taken on a new role and you're feeling a little overwhelmed by it, or if you're trying to reach a certain level and you're not there yet. The relationship message says you either are in or are calling in a harmonious relationship that can stand the test of time. For better or worse, as you ride the ups and downs and even strain, break yourself, and are remade in new growth, you are being redeemed by the power of regeneration. Harmony does not mean there will never be a wrong note played, but that the relationship is marked by endurance and dedication to overall unity. A new song can be written, an instrument can be tuned, and the symphony of love will play on. Listen with your heart. Isn't it magnificent? So definitely a positive message there as well, especially if you do have a partnership on the horizon with the star card and the environment there, and just be saying that this person's gone through their own growth recently and they're in a good position as far as being in a relationship goes. The prosperity message says your most precious dreams are not about instant gratification but enduring prosperity. This is a time to think long term and engage in continued action. You will experience momentum building as you translate the ebb and flow into slow and steady movement forward. Your efforts, ideas, and hard work now can lead to greater riches than you can imagine. Stoke the fire so that an uninterrupted stream of energy is available to support you in all the phases of manifestation. Be assured that you are in the right place right now. So yeah, definitely a positive message there as well. Where, like I said, if you're feeling overwhelmed and starting to second guess, oh, is this the right role for me? I feel like that's a supportive message there to say that, yeah, you will start to gain momentum within that role. All right, lastly, we have a mudra for you guys. This is your mudra here. It's the Hamsi mudra. The keyword for it is illumination. Let's get everything in the frame there. There we go. So if you want to pause it or take a screenshot to read what it has to say, you can. But under benefits, it says removes obstacles in one's life, eases depression and sadness, evokes feelings of lightness and laughter, benefits the lungs and large intestine, improves assimilation of nutrients and elimination of waste. So if that sounds like a mudra you think would be beneficial for you guys, I'll put the name in the description video as always. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.